Welcome to our NHL on NBC Studios. The push for the playoffs is on, and this is our new YouTube show. Liam McHugh, Eddie Olczyk, and Keith Jones. Here's the lineup for Episode 4. We begin with the Lightning. Looking to set records, perhaps poised for a deep playoff run. As for the Capitals, the defending champs, any chance that they can possibly go and repeat? Can the Blues make some noise in the postseason? And can the Avalanche overcome injuries to get in? Let's start at the top. Let's start with the Lightning. Edzo. It feels like it's Stanley Cup or bust for this team. Talented enough. We've seen what they've done during the regular season. Can they duplicate that in the postseason?
I think they can, Liam. And when you look at the regular season, that they have had 60-plus wins in the regular season, haven't seen these type of numbers since the 70 Canadians, really, when you think about it. And they're getting help from a lot of different areas. And the leading scorer in the entire National Hockey League, Nikita Kucherov, is just absolutely on a mission to win the scoring title. Steven Stamkos, another 40-plus goal season for the Tampa Bay Lightning. And look, they could go to the NHL awards at the end of the season, and I could see John Cooper. To me, he is the coach of the year when you think about the numbers that this team has been able to put together. And sometimes when we look at the coach of the year, we always look at the coaches that get their teams to overachieve. Well, you know what? Even though expectations have been high for Tampa, I still think this team has overachieved in the regular season, but they will be evaluated at the most important time come June and see if they're hoisting the Stanley Cup.
He looks like the right guy to be behind that bench,
question.
Making great decisions all year long. And
How about Vasilevsky? I haven't even talked about the
Yeah,
goaltender.
there's a whole list of guys that are going to win awards with that team, but you're right, the most important time will be in the playoffs, and I have great expectations that they're going to meet those challenges and win a Stanley Cup.
Talked about John Cooper being the right man. The Capitals, they win a Stanley Cup, then they go and make a coaching change, but they seem to be rounding into form. How do you feel about the Capitals' chances at potentially making a run at repeating?
I feel very good about their chances. I don't feel great about Michael Kempny being unavailable. That injury is an important one on the back end for the Washington Capitals, but they're loaded with star talent. They've proven it as recently as last season. So the Washington Capitals look like they have their swagger back. Ovechkin picked up a goal to get to 49. He'll try to get to 50 as quick as he can and then move on to the playoffs. And Kuznetsov is rounding into form as well. That's great news. He's had some great celebrations recently, and hope he continues to find the puck in traffic. Outstanding goaltender and a lot of star players that can win you another cup.
Yeah, and I think the strength, I mean, they have many strengths. We talk about Ovi, we talk about the back end, we talk about Braden Holtby, but to me, when I look at the Washington Capitals, it's the strength at the center ice position, something we talked about on Sunday afternoon hockey a couple of games ago. When you think about Backstrom, think about Kuznetsov, and you think about a guy like Lars Eller, who had a heck of a playoff last year, even in the regular season, Liam, where you had injuries to those top two guys at certain points in the season, where you had a third-line center step up and become a first-line center. So the strength of that team, to me, is not only offensively at the middle, through the middle of the ice, but also on the back end, the defensive side. That's an important part, and they're ready for another run. And one last thing, if I could.
Sure.
It was not an easy set of shoes to step into for Todd Reirden. And look, when they got to the All-Star break, they wanted that break so bad. They gave up like 30 goals in 5 games, and the guys just wanted the break. And everybody was questioning the coach and, you know, would this team even get an opportunity to make a run? I think he's done a good job because they're battling for first place in a division. 20 games ago, 25 games ago, I don't think a lot of people thought that could be possible.
Yeah, it looks like they could get their 4th straight division title. Let's bring things to the West. St. Louis Blues, they make an in-season coaching change. Great regular season story. Could this team be a serious postseason player?
Yes, I think to get to a conference final, but unfortunately for them, they're going to have to go through, in my opinion, the Winnipeg Jets. Talk about coaching jobs this year. To me, Chief Craig Berube has done a really good job. I mean, he deserves an opportunity to be with this team moving forward. They have stars there. Tarasenko had a tough stretch for a period of time early in the year. He seems to have found his game when he has been healthy. Ryan O'Reilly might be one of the more underrated players in the entire National Hockey League, not only at the face-off dot, but he can generate opportunities in the defensive zone, the offensive zone. And I mentioned Craig Berube. I think you have to start with him because at one point, this team was dead last in the National Hockey League, and here they are battling for home ice in a Central Division.
Yeah, and you measure coaches, for the most part, on how well a team defends, and St. Louis has done a very good job in that regard. They've got a complete buy-in from everybody in that lineup. David Perron's been great under Berube, and there's been a lot of different players following in his lead as well.
There was lots of talk that they were going to blow it up because of how bad they were going, and here they are. And look, they might surpass Nashville which would be absolutely incredible when you think about where the Blues were.
We talk about teams that are bound for the postseason, how they just want to be healthy when they get to the playoffs. You look at Colorado, they're just trying to get in, and they're not healthy right now. Can they overcome these key injuries that they're facing and make it in?
I don't think they're going to get there. I think they're in trouble, and the two key players out of their lineup are the reason I don't believe in the Avalanche right now. Landeskog being out, the captain of the team, some huge games coming up for Colorado. He's going to be dearly missed, and so is this guy. Mikko Rantanen's been phenomenal. Hopefully he gets back in there for some of these games. Not sure exactly what his status is, but with a schedule like this, Colorado's got a big-time challenge. Arizona on that list, one of the teams that's chasing them, and Arizona's going to make you work for your time and space out there.
And I think, Jonesy, maybe looking at it the other way is that you got Arizona there, you got Edmonton there, and maybe those last two games, again, we don't know, but maybe Winnipeg is in a position where they're locked in at number 1. And then you got San Jose that could be locked in at 2 or 3 because it looks like they're going to be taking on Vegas in round 1 of the playoffs. And how about that draw? Have a 98 or 99-point season. Oh, yeah, here comes Vegas coming from Nevada, and you got to take on a dangerous team. So the injuries certainly hurt. But I think this is a team with these injuries. I think it's kind of galvanized them a little bit, Jonesy. The way they're playing better defensively than they were with those guys. Again, sometimes that happens when you lose star players, and you got to find a way to win different ways, and they're certainly doing that without the puck.
All right, not a lot of time left, but a lot to look forward to. The regular season ends on April the 6th.